Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 2022 new moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. And if you hear any snoring in the background, that is just my dog Esme, so don't pay attention to her. Okay, now let's begin this reading by clearing the energy space, raising our own energy vibration, and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting ourselves feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. How will Capricorn be affected by the January 2022 new moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the moon coming through, meaning that the moon will be very powerful for us. This is also Pisces energy. So if we have Pisces at our natal chart or in our natal chart, it's going to come forward very strongly. So this is just funny because the moon is in Capricorn, and we have the moon and we have the devil, which is Capricorn energy. So we have the moon and we have Capricorn. So the moon in Capricorn is going to be the root of our personality. Excuse me. Not only on the day of the new moon, but as we follow the path to the full moon, okay, and as we follow this 28-day cycle, and really embrace ourselves and what we want and what we desire from new moon to new moon as we're moving forward. So there's going to be real intensity here for us. New moon doesn't just last one day. It lasts a long time, the way that it sets us up. We have the Magician. We have the Page of Cups. So if we have water sign energy within our natal chart, that comes through very powerfully here within our inner selves. And we have the 10 of Coins. We then have the 2 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. We have the 7 of Swords and we have the 2 of Wands. This is just powerful. We have the Minor Arcana Marriage card. There's something that we're committing to here at our heart, at this heart level, and it's going to be for the whole year. It can be for some of us for our whole lives. It's going to be a commitment that really does sing to us in a very real way. So let's see let's see the energy we have to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is the King of Swords. Okay, we can have a tendency to be very logical, to be very factual, Earth sign energy, Capricorn energy just thinks that we're ruled by Saturn. Saturn is a very factual, very responsible, sign. And it's like, okay, I have to take care of these responsibilities. Then I can look at anything else if I have time for it. With the King of Swords, this is a person who cuts to the heart of the matter, who wants to know the facts of everything, wants to know kind of like the bones of it all, and will judge things off of that. This will have a tendency to bring down our energy vibration and make it so that we're only looking at things in a kind of monetary success sort of way, which sounds like a really good idea, but it's going to take all the joy out of it. And if we take all the joy out of it, well, we take the purpose out of it. So we have to be mindful there. We just have to be very mindful. And then we have our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides shown clearly. Oh, goodness, this one right here. And this is self-mastery. This is the solar plexus chakra. We are going to be mastering ourselves. We are going to be finding our purpose and our desire and really listening to our gut, the way that we need to move forward, the way that we are moving forward, the way that we want to move forward within our lives. It all becomes something becomes clear to us. There's just something that clicks into place. So let's talk about this new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off, which is always great to hear. Capricorn, we love that. And what we have is we have the first new moon of the year, and it's such a brilliant new moon, and it's so powerful for us. We can't even deny it. We have it spelt out right here in the cards for us, which is something I've never seen before and is absolutely hilarious. This is so beautiful. So all new moons start with the sun conjunct the moon. This brings the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. This brings a burst of energy and insight and intuition that lasts. It really guides us forward. We also feel more balanced on a new moon, and around a new moon. There's going to be things that come into balance, even if it's because things have completely been knocked out of balance. So just be mindful of this. The new moon is trine Uranus. Now, Uranus is all about, good vibrations. It really is. It's all about freedom. It's all about expression. This is a wonderful alignment to start the new year in because it makes us open-minded. It makes us adventurous. It makes us willing to try new things and lets us progress forward in our life in a way that we didn't think we could. Now, Uranus also rules Aquarius. So if we're born on the cusp with Aquarius or have strong Aquarius energy in our chart, be mindful of it. It will come out even more powerfully during this time. Now, we will find that we are more self-aware, but not as self-conscious. So that's going to be really good. Self-conscious, we're going to doubt, we're going to fear, we're going to want to stay more in our shell. Yet our self-awareness is going to be like, no, this is me. I get to be unique. I get to be creative. I get to be quirky. I get to be, expressive. This is who I am, and this is how I need to embrace it forward. We will also be happy to see that this is a time of unexpected and positive changes that lead us towards our freedom, that let us start embracing new roles and new ideas. We're comfortable with stepping out of our comfort zone, which is really, really nice. And we start to look at the world and what we want to be living in, like what we want to manifest within our lives. We will also find that the negative reactions of others isn't as big a deal as it once was. We're going to kind of look at it and be like, oh, please, I can't be bothered with this right now. So just be aware with that. We are also going to find that we pick up things rather easily during this time. This is a very easy to learn and it also helps us connect. As long as it has to do with connection, with greater understanding, the learning energy is going to be very, very strong. Now, the new moon is conjunct Lilith. Now, is in conjunction with Lilith, which is known as the black moon. And this is a conjunction that leads to darker energy because Lilith represents what we want to ignore. It's like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at it. I just want to ignore it. But running away from things, not dealing with things, never solved any problems. So we become very aware of this during this time. Also, Lilith, if we take the story of the Bible, the first chapter and the second chapter in rabbinical studies, the first chapter, they created them in their image and their likeness. So the rabbi studied that and said, okay, there was another woman here. That other woman was named Lilith. What happened is that Lilith was on par with Adam, and she got cast out of the Garden of Eden. She got made into a demon. And then, Eve was created, who was made out of the rib of Adam. So there's this sense of this wisdom, this knowledge being cast away, and it always being hidden. There's going to be a need to look at it straight in the eye, to say, what do I need? What do I want? What do I desire? What part of me have I cast out of myself? That almost seems terrifying to look at. So that's going to be something that we have here. That's going to be something that we need to really see. Now, Saturn is in Aquarius. And remember, Saturn rules Capricorn, right? We're ruled by Saturn. And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. And so this brings a powerful energy that can make us want to kind of run away from it. It also can bring anxiety because we have structure and we have the rule of our Saturn energy. And then we have the freedom and the expression and the discovery of Uranus coming forward. If we can make them work for each other, if we say, you know what, I know the structure, I need the structure, right? I need to uphold my responsibilities, carry my burdens, move forward in that stoic philosophy of taking what I need and honoring what I am in charge of and being able to move forward in that energy, in that knowledge. That becomes a powerful thing, and that becomes a very powerful thing for us. We become greater and greater and greater by doing so. But I also need my freedom. I need my expression. I need my greater understanding so I don't resent everything that I'm carrying. And if we can get to that point, if we can get to that point where we have this harmonious, back and forth, this harmonious understanding, developing, greater sense of self here, that becomes the game changer. And that becomes something that moves us from anxiety to real determination, real focus, real prosperity. Now, the moon is going to be conjunct the fixed star Nunki. And Nunki is a brilliant star. It's absolutely beautiful. It brings us truthfulness. It brings us optimism. It also helps us connect with deeper wisdom, such as religion or spirituality, or just deeper wisdom into philosophy of how we need to move forward, of what we want to express and understand. And according to the ancient Egyptian mathematician and astronomer Ptolemy, I always stop on his name. I'm like, ooh, Ptolemy. It is of the nature of Jupiter, which is the nature of force and intensity and power, and the nature of Mercury. So this is going to come forward, and it's like how we express and understand the force, the nature, the power, and how we embrace that in our lives. And it moves us to this moon being a really big deal for us, much more than we think. And especially after this new moon, like we have the apex of its power, right? And we have it coming into its power on the 2nd of January, and that energy follows us. And it's going to be here. How do I stand in my confidence? How do I raise my serotonin levels? How do I gain a greater understanding of myself and my desires without falling into fear, without thinking that the monsters are there to destroy me instead of there to protect me? And it moves us to a place where we're looking at the chains that bind us. We're looking at the doubts and the fears, the addictions, the chaos that holds us back. And now we're starting to free ourselves from it. Now we're starting to say, I'm stepping into the energy that I need. I'm stepping into the passion that I need. I'm not held back by society's standards. I'm not held back by my own standards and my own way that I've clipped my wings, that I've held me back. And it moves us to the magician. It's like as we're breaking free, as we're starting to see ourselves, as we're embracing the chaos, and as we're ruled by Saturn, Capricorn, we don't like chaos. We want everything to be orderly. We want everything to be structured. And that's just not the way it works. And so here we're standing before the altar of our existence. We're calling forward our passion, our discovery, our desires ourselves. And we're saying, as above, so below. As I think it, so it becomes, because that's what I'm focusing my energy on. That's what I'm looking for within my world. And that becomes a self-realization here. It becomes almost a sense of, can I create the world that I want? Can I believe it into existence? Now, that can get us into the debate of manifestation. Does manifestation work? And as above, so below. As I believe it, so it becomes. As I embrace my elemental power, as I stand in my elemental truth, as I stand in my element of myself, this opens the door. This has me seeing me so much more than I ever have before. And as I'm embracing me, as I'm looking at what I desire, need, want, how I need to move forward within my life, I'm realizing that what I put my energy into, what I see, what colors construct my existence. So if I'm coloring in and I'm only doing the shading, it's only with gray, right? Then I only see gray. But if it's a vibrant canvas of color, then I see that vibrant canvas of color. And it's like, why not have that canvas of color? Why not call in the glory? Why not call in the inspiration? And that can be a tricky thing, because we can think that we're calling it in, but yet at our bones we're weary, we're overwhelmed. And so we have to take little steps, and we have to be kind with ourselves as we take these little steps. It moves us to being a student of our hearts. Inwardly, that's what we are. We're looking at things, we're embracing our emotions, we're saying, things to ourselves that we never would have said before. We're being more raw, more honest, and it leads us to the 10 of coins. It leads us actually to this place of prosperity and success and abundance. This generational blessing comes in. This wealth gets to be a part of our lives, and it's like, this is my completion of my cycle. This is what I've been working so hard towards, and it has to do with the seeds that we have planted. It has to do with us also calling in our responsibility, but also our desire for success, and not berating ourselves, flagellating ourselves because we want to move forward in that success, in that power, in that beauty. And that's where we have the unity coming in of the sacred masculine, sacred feminine aspect of ourselves, and the healing that comes with that. It brings us to an emotional place where we see new opportunities come. It's like these are the four walls of the house that I am building. These are the pillars of what I am building my life over or from. And this is how I'm moving myself forward. This is what I desire. I'm honoring my soul and my body. I'm seeing myself. I'm being able to celebrate and dance and connect. There's something deep that we are connecting with, that we are committing to. Because again, the Four of Wands is our commitment. It is the minor arcana marriage card. And as we have that commitment coming forward, we're falling in love with it. It's unifying us. It's having us gain an understanding. And it's at this level of emotion and passion that helps us to say, this is me. It brings us to the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords here says, theft, dishonesty, theft, dishonesty. And there's a sense of, in the public world, it's like, can I move forward with it? I've been stolen from. There's the theft. The people have been dishonest with me. There's the dishonesty. And does that get to be the mantra of my life? Theft, dishonesty, theft, dishonesty. Or does it get to be what I say and I see, and I know that not everybody is honest. I know that people will cheat you if they get a chance. And it can be a very negative outlook on things, but it's saying, okay, I know this. I know that if I just trust blindly, I get burnt. Maybe not right away, but definitely it lasts. That burn definitely is harsh. And so we become aware. We become aware of the hurts and the pains and the disasters that have tried to stop us. And it moves us to the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands here is plans and partnership and influence. And it's being able to see that there is so much more to our world than we've ever thought. And as we're stepping into the glory of our world, the glory of ourselves, the glory of what we want to express and discover within our existence, we're moving on a new road. We're moving towards a new place. We're embracing something that is absolutely extraordinary for us. And it's seeing that we almost hold the world in our hands, right? Because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, he holds the world in his hands. He's seeing that. And we're discovering that. And it's becoming astoundingly empowering. It moves us to our lunar message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, goodness. Show me clearly. At our root, we have, it's a time to give rather than take, power. And that is the full moon. So it's a time to give rather than to take, as we move forward towards the power, towards the illumination of the full moon, as we move towards the power and the insight of ourselves and what we desire. That's at the root of ourselves, lunarly. And then it moves us to our lunar inner self. And it says the energy is gaining momentum. Beauty. There is beauty here. As the energy gains momentum, there is new beauty within our lives. There is new passion within our lives. There's new insight guiding us forward. It brings us to nothing will come of the situation, fear. And that's what we fear. We fear out of this beautiful lining of the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. We fear that what we will expect, or what we expect, will fall short, that it will not be, that it will not become, and that we will not be able to have the life that we want. We have the murder of crows flying around us, and we just feel like it will be a murder of our dreams. We will be that person hidden away, denied, scared, overwhelmed. And what Spirit is saying here is like, does the fear get to rule everything? Does it? Like, that's the question we have to ask our hearts. That's the question the moon is asking our hearts. And it moves us to our our lunar emotional self. And it says, show the world the real you. Focus. Focus on the awakening of our third eye, the awakening of the insight into ourselves. Show the world who we are. Do not be afraid. It moves us to our subconscious lunar message, which is communication is key. Nourishment. Nourish that communication. Nourish that connection. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Chariot. And the Chariot, Cancer energy, is ruled by the moon. Are we going to let the moon take us off course? Are we going to let the moon affect our subconscious or our conscious more? Are we going to be veered in a different direction? Or are we going to surround ourselves with people who are not in alignment with themselves? And why? It moves us to our subconscious chakra message, which is the crown chakra, and it is meditation. It is that connection of heart and of mind. It is being able to quiet the world and see ourselves. It moves us to our subconscious rooted message, and that is the Hangman. We see things differently now. And we're going to think, I'm wrong, I see it differently. And Spirit's saying, why do you have to be wrong? You're just seeing it differently. New ideas are opening to you. Embrace them, look at them, understand them. It moves us to our subconscious inner self. And that is the Death card. It is the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. It is a sense of transformation. And subconsciously, we're afraid of that transformation. We're afraid of the transformation of our dreams and our desires. We're not the same person that we were when we were 15, when we were 25, when we were, 35, 45. We're going to see that we are different. And that transformation can scare us, but that transformation is also something beautiful. To know that we are always changing like the phases of the moon. And that we are reborn because of that power. It moves us to our subconscious emotional self, and that is the Six of Pentacles. In psychology, it's called the reciprocal altruism, when something happens and you do something nice back to that person because of that, and then it just builds off of it. And we're going to find that we need that harmony, we need that balance, and we're going to be looking at things. Where are they unfair? Where are they not aligning correctly in our world, in what we desire, and saying that has to be eliminated. It moves us, or at least changed. It moves us to our subconscious public arena self, and that is the Queen of Wands. That is fire and passion. And here it says creativity, leader, focus. Creativity, leader, focus. The creativity of you becomes the leader. Focus on it and see where it takes you, Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the intensity of this new moon. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn, and may you have a blessed moon.